evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bronx Zoo Home of Rider Basketball. Today, the Bronx hosts the Saints of Siena in the regular season home finale. Fans, with today being Senior Day, we have Sophie Brunches' home country, the Netherlands, with the playing of its national anthem. They now, in honor of Jessica Schiffer, the national anthem of Germany. And now along the United States of America, celebrates the freedom of those who protected with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, today the Rider University women's basketball team is proud to honor its 6 graduating seniors, along with its graduating team manager. Thomas Metz, being escorted by his father Thomas, mother Michelle Pample, and stepfather Frank Weiss. A 4-year team manager for the Bronx, Metz has been a fixture on the sidelines during practices, warm-ups, and games. Graduating with degrees in accounting and sports management, Thomas Metz. Tony Blanford, being escorted by her father Ivan, mother Nicole Edwards, Aunt Michelle Edwards, and grandmother Wanda Edwards. Blanford joined the Bronx as a junior after playing at Union and Monroe colleges. Blanford saw action in 13 games last season, averaging 5.7 points and 3.5 rebounds before struggling with injuries last season and the entirety of this year. Graduating with a degree in sports media, number 2, Tony Blanford. Sophie Brunches being escorted by her father Marco and sister Miro. Brunches saw action in 4 games of the freshman, making her rider debut against Villanova. Playing 19 games as a sophomore, Brunches had 2 blocks and a season-high 4 rebounds in a win at Army. In her junior season, Brunches played in 21 games, starting both games at the MAC tournament and recording a pair of blocks in both contests. Brunches has played in 22 games this season, knocking down a 3-pointer with 3 seconds remaining to give the Bronx the lead and eventual victory against Boston University. A 2-time member of the MAC All-Academic Team, graduated with a degree in psychology. Number 14, Sophie Brunches. Molly Lynch being escorted by her father James, mother Tara, and sisters Julia and Bridget. Lynch played in 14 games as a freshman, scored her first career points in a conference game at Iona. As a sophomore, Lynch saw action in 19 games, setting a season high with 9 points and a career high 7 assists in the MAC win at Niagara. Lynch played in all 31 games last season, making her first career start at Fairfield. Lynch has seen action in all 27 games this season and has made 7 starts. In a MAC win over Manhattan, she scored a career-high 13 points and helped the Bronx to victory. Graduated with degrees in marketing and sports management. Number 10, Molly Lynch. Taylor Langan being escorted by her father David, mother Andrea, sister Megan, brother Brian, and writer-assistant women's basketball coach Sheree Hall. Langan joined the Bronx for her graduate season after 3 seasons at Colgate and a year at Millersville. Making her impact felt immediately, starting all 25 games she has played this season, leading the team in points and rebounds, ranking 3rd in the league in scoring. After leading the Bronx to win over Lehigh with 31 points and 16 rebounds, she earned MAC Player of the Week honors. At Quinnipiac, Langan scored her 1,000th career point across all 3 stops, graduating with a master's degree in athletic leadership. Number 23, Taylor Langan. Jessica Schiffer being escorted by her boyfriend Sterling White. Schiffer came to Lawrenceville after 2 seasons at the University of Buffalo and immediately joined the starting rotation, playing in all 30 games and making 27 starts, averaging 9.6 points and a team-high 2.9 assists, ranking 9th in the MAC in assists per game. Last season, she again played in every game, starting 30 and averaging 8.3 points and 1.5 assists. This year, Schiffer has played in 25 games and made 16 starts, averaging 6.8 points and 1.6 assists. A prolific outside shooter, her 169 made threes ranked 7th in program history. A member of the MAC All-Academic Team, graduating with an MBA, number 55, Jessica Schiffer. Michaela Fireball being escorted by her father Kevin and mother Jamie. Fireball has been a fixture in the rival lineup since arriving on campus, playing 25 games and making 21 starts, earning a pair of MAC Rookie of the Week honors and a MAC Player of the Week honor, on her way to being named 2nd Team All-MAC and MAC Co-Rookie of the Year. As a sophomore, Fireball started all 30 games and was 2nd on the team, averaging 11 points, and leading the MAC with 67 made threes. Last season, she started all 31 games and led the Bronx, finishing 6th in the MAC, and lead the team at 14.3 points per game. Knocking down 64 3-pointers, 3rd most in the conference. She earned MAC Player of the Week honors after 21 points and 5 rebounds at the MAC A-Sun Challenge in Dublin, Ireland. In the regular season finale against Marist, she scored her 1,000th career point. This season, she has started all 27 games and is 2nd on the team, averaging 11.3 points per game. Her 1,352 career points ranked 8th in program history, and her 216 made 3-pointers ranked 5th in rider history. A 2-time member of the MAC All-Academic Team, graduated with degrees in marketing and sports management. Number 24, Michaela Fireball. Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more round of applause for the women's basketball graduating class of 2024. Number 3,
A senior day doubleheader gets underway tonight at Rider University as the Bronx honor 6 critical members of the fabric of their program prior to tonight's game against the Siena Saints on ESPN+. Hello everyone and welcome courtside alongside former Penn State Lady Lion Martin Walseth. I'm John Moses. Games left in the MAC's regular season and taking a look at where things stand heading into the final weekend of play. Siena is locked into that number 3 seed in the MAC tournament right now. The top 5 teams will get a bye through the first round of play, Martin.
Siena's really playing their best basketball in that 3 slot, going 7-3 in their last 10 games, John, and averaging over 72 points per game.
Well, this senior class for Rider, led by Jessica Schiffer and Michaela Fireball, will see 2 of the best three-point shooters in program history graduate this year.
Absolutely outstanding. They've been staples from behind the arc on this team. John, they're starting their 185th combined game here for the Bronx. Really outstanding players.
And for Siena, Teresa Sapala's versatility on offense should make her an all-MAC pick this year.
Well, John, she was an all-rookie team member last year and has only moved. I love her versatility. We see her going to the hoop there. She can score from behind the arc, but really she does not let the defense dictate how she scores.
All the Rider Bronx starting their 5 seniors in this one, Marin. And, you know, when you think back to your days as a player, what do you remember from your senior day at Penn State?
Wow, we're going all the way back there right off the bat. I think in general, whether you're the player or the coach, I do think that these could be emotional games, and the coaches who are able to honor their seniors and yet keep the main thing, meaning keep the basketball game at hand, front in their mind, while their parents and their family are telling them how great they are and how much they love them, that there's still a basketball game to be played. I think those coaches are the most successful in these moments.
Yeah, one of the best parts of the pregame ceremony today at Rider, we got the national anthem for the Netherlands and Germany as part of this class. Sophie Brunches and Jessica Schiffer graduating. And look, you look back at the series history between these 2 programs, it has been a lot of Siena success, particularly in this building, Marin.
And that's something that we were talking about with Coach Jim Jaber earlier, and he said, you know, we don't exactly know who we're going to get. I'm sure we'll get into it. They've had some adversity hit as of late, but they know that when they walk in here, they do feel comfortable and confident. And on the other side, you know, after a weekend that had a few bumps in the road, Rider has really been playing good basketball too as well here at home. And so for both squads, I think important to get off to a good start, not let the emotions of senior day, of family being in the stands, of people coming from across the ocean, you know, get to be too big of a situation and get off to a good start.
Yeah, you see some of that adversity for Jim Jaber's program this year. He's now in his 3rd year back at Siena. He was hired as a 24-year-old as the head coach at Siena back in 1987, has gone on to a highly successful career. And Lynn Milligan for the Rider Bronx, 2-time alumni of Rider University. She is the winningest coach in program history.
So, John, what I'm hearing you say is both of these head coaches have storied history in different ways with their respective programs.
It'll be Brunches and Sepala to jump center and get us underway tonight in Lawrenceville. And the Bronx control it with the 5 seniors on the floor. Tony Renee Blanford not suited up again. She's missed the entire year with injury. She's the 6th member of this class. That is Brunches missing inside for the Bronx. Jackson is set for 3. Heavy off the back of the rim. Sapalo's got the offensive rebound. Conyers missed it, and Taylor Langen rebounds for the Bronx. Langen, what an addition she has been for her final year of eligibility at Rider. Coming in after she was the PSAC Player of the Year at Division II Millersville a year ago. And she's a likely first-team All-MAC pick, and misses on the baseline here.
Langen's versatility, we're seeing her step out there, has really been an added bonus and something that Rider has been able to play her on the inside, play her on the outside. She's been a great addition this year.
You know, you look at the record for Siena, you might think they're a little bit more experienced than they are. That is Elisa Mevius knocking down a triple, and it's because of some of the young players in the program, like Mevius and Sapala taking huge steps forward in their sophomore campaign, Marin.
Siena really only has one senior on the roster in Anaya Jackson, and so this is a very young team that Coach Jaber is telling us when we talk to him. They are young. We've made a lot of strides. We've grown up a lot, but they're still young. I'm not exactly sure who's going to show up every day.
That is Brunches with 7 on the timer, missing it for the Bronx. London Gamble, sophomore, has played well for Siena since moving into the starting lineup. And Anisha Jackson is really starting to put it all together here in her senior campaign. Jackson to the pull-up. And that is Fireball clearing it for Ryder. Molly Lynch has moved into the starting lineup for the Bronx the last 7 or 8 games here. Brunches inside, scores it.
Nice patience there by Ryder using that ball screen, and Molly Lynch turning down a 3 for a much easier layup by Sophie Brunches.
The setup is for Sapala. Around Brunches and couldn't finish with the left hand. But it's an offensive rebound for Siena. Stepping into it, Conyers, heavy off the back of the rim.
Siena uncharacteristic, 1 for 6 to start this basketball game. Having plenty of opportunities.
Siena's third in the MAC in scoring. Just shy of 68 a game. That is Langen, heavy off the back of the rim, but an offensive rebound into the hands of Molly Lynch. Senior from Seagirt, New Jersey. Lynch doubled. Schiffer had that one intercepted. Hands by London Gamble. 3-ball up for Jackson, and no good. Langen breaks out of it for the Bronx. She's got numbers. Langen gets to the left hand and forced it up. No whistle, and that one last touch by Ryder.
Great defense there by Sapala, just being straight up, taking the contact. We've seen Taylor Langen come in so hard, so often, and draw that foul. Great discipline for Sapala as a young sophomore. Or maybe she's an old sophomore, as it's already March.
Mevius flips it to Sapala. That connection is one of the best in the MAC. Hey, talk about you get to this time of year and sophomores are really juniors, freshmen are really sophomores. What do you mean by that, Maren?
Absolutely. It's the experience. It's the in-game with refs experience that these kids, that these players gain over the course of a season. They've been through the scouting report. They understand the physicality. They're no longer testing things out. They've got to show up.
That's a good look for Jessica Schiffer, who's going to go down as one of the best three-point shooters in Ryder's team history. 7th in program history in three-pointers made, adding to her total with that make. We are even at 5, under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Firebaugh, who, by the way, is 5th all-time in three-pointers made in Ryder's program history. Langen halfway down and out.
Ryder's been patient on offense, getting really good shots. The challenge is for them to stay disciplined and not start rushing.
Gamble missed it, but another opportunity thanks to Mevius. Sapala doubled. Extra pass into the corner. Jackson for 3, it's good.
Just a matter of time for the senior for Siena to hit her first shot. Does that calm Siena down and get them into offensive rhythm?
Anisha Jackson shouldering a little bit more of a load for Siena these days. They are down. Anasia Brown, Schiffer, short off the front of the rim, an offensive rebound for the Bronx.
Little horns action, the roll and rise, forcing the help defender. Nice job by Siena in trapping that ball screen.
Jackson feeds Sapala, but she shuffled the feet before she put it on the floor. Well, good action early on. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Siena has a 3-point lead over Ryder.
At Fulton Bank, we're personally invested in every community we serve. So sometimes we're big in small ways, like finding a way to get Crystal and Dan a mortgage before the baby arrived. Other times we're small in big ways, like local decision-making and financial coaching that helped Fernando open his own shop. Fulton Bank, A community bank that's big and small in all the right ways.
People ask us, why do you do this? Risk your life for strangers. Because they're not strangers. They're neighbors. You, me, us. And this is what neighbors do. When times are good and when they're not. You stand up. You lend a hand. One person, one neighbor at a time. This time, the next time, and every time.
There really is nothing like Team Advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience. Our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
We are more than athletes. We strive to create an environment where student athletes feel comfortable speaking about their mental health struggles.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for teens and young adults ages 10 to 30.
25.5% of adults ages 18 to 24 are having seriously considered suicide this month.
Let's eliminate the stigma where asking for help is a sign of weakness.
Let's talk about it now so we don't regret it later.
You are not alone. Call 988 if you are experiencing a mental health crisis.
Today's broadcast is presented by Capital Health, Minds Advancing Medicine, by Fulton Bank, Smarter Banking starts here, and by My Orthodontist, changing people's lives one smile at a time. A lot of smiles in the gym tonight prior to the game. 6 seniors honored by the Ryder Bronx. Taylor Langen, Molly Lynch, Jessica Schiffer, Michaela Firebaugh, Sophie Brunches, and Tony Renee Blanford. It's those 5 seniors on the floor right now for the Bronx. Langen, no. And Mevius clears it. You know, with the way that Mevius stuffs the stat sheet, Marin, she's threatening for a triple-double already as Jackson banks in a triple, her second 3 of the day.
Mevius already has 5 rebounds. Now that's her second assist and 3 points. That just speaks to her versatility. We talk about Sapala's versatility and her ability to score in different ways, but Mevius is so impactful across the stat sheet.
Firebaugh, no good from the corner. Mevius has yet another rebound, already with 6. Sapala's got a mismatch inside, and Schiffer, well done to interrupt that entry pass. It'll stay at this end with 17 on the timer.
I like the idea there by Michaela Firebaugh, but being able to wrap that around, a bounce pass away from the defender's hand, allows somebody as strong as Taylor Langen to grab with 2, take the contact from the help side, and potentially finish.
Firebaugh and Brunches to the sideline. Moriona Cause and Sanaa Redmond check in for the Bronx. Redmond the starter at the point for much of the year. She's got it in her hands with 5 on the timer and in some trouble. It'll have to be Langen from the parking lot. And missed it all.
Wise shot. Not maybe a great shot, but wise shot to get a opportunity to set up your defense in the half court and not get caught in a transition situation.
We talked a little bit about how Siena's a little bit of a shorter rotation these days. London Gamble checks back in. Down Valencia, Fontanelle, Pawson, a promising guard. Torn ACL early in the year, but at least Valencia is traveling with the team these days. And this is Alden Yergi off the bench. The killer pull-up. It's an 8-point lead for Siena.
Yergi's taking off right where she left off in that Mount St. Mary's game. She's really the one as another trap and turnover.
Mevius to the rim, plus a foul. 10 straight points for Siena.
Siena has done a consistent job of trapping this ball screen, and you see in transition Mevius' ability. When we talk about experience, when you talk about freshmen becoming sophomores, sophomores becoming juniors, being 5'10" is helpful, but also the strength, the coordination from the weight room. You can see Mevius is able to take that contact nicely.
Mevius completes a 3-point play. Boy, what a first quarter she's working on here. 6 points, 6 boards, a pair of assists, and a steal. 2.5 to go. Mariona Cause comes to get it. The cross and run against Turi, and she missed with the left hand. What a catch by Turi. She finishes it with the left. Esther Turi, first-year forward from Budapest, Hungary. And this run continues for Siena here down the stretch in the first quarter.
I got to believe that Siena head coach Jim Jaber is extremely happy that his freshman Turi made that first shot. She is one of the players that he said, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to get every single day, but I know she's going to be great at the end of her career.
Lynch has to fire and missed it from beyond. It's a lengthy drought for the Bronx. Nearly 5 minutes without points. Jackson, no good, off the back of the rim, and Lynch secures possession for Ryder. Langen. Lynch. Got it.
Nice inside-outside possession there for Ryder. Langen having her head on a swivel, reading the help.
Boy, and a great opportunity to wave those Molly Lynch heads at half court across the way from us, Marin.
She's everywhere. There's like 5 of her in the gym tonight.
My question for those big sort of fathead style cutouts, where do they go after the game?
That's a great question, but I'm going to go back to thank goodness they didn't have those things when I played. Like, I would think I would be scared if I looked up and saw just by the sheer size. And then when there's multiple, are you kidding?
I mean, can you just imagine if Molly Lynch's parents were the kind that would want to play a prank on Molly, just sort of leaving those in her bedroom for when she comes home next time?
Surprise!
Just waiting for her. Lynch got it inside. 5 quick points for Molly Lynch. And the Bronx finally break their offensive drought. Timeout by Siena.
That's a really nice aggressive take by Molly Lynch. Lynn Milligan has been so supportive of the growth of Molly Lynch, saying, we're just taking another look, but head coach Lynn Milligan has said, she's a kid that has just been in the gym, stayed true to the process, believed in herself, believed in the coaches, believed that she would get her moment, and she is ready. I think we're seeing her really step up, especially the second half of this season. Conference play, MAC play. She's a more confident player.
Yeah, I don't think it's any coincidence that, when this year and last year, when Ryder gets down the stretch of the regular season, Molly Lynch getting more opportunity because of her ability to make shots consistently and take care of the ball.
She's been in the system, right? Like, she understands the grind of MAC play every Thursday, every Saturday. For younger players or new players to the league, that rhythm can take some time and can wear on you, not Molly Lynch.
Yergi out of the timeout, right to the rim.
As coaches, you love it when your players can execute on the court just what you drew up, and that is exactly what happened with Alden Yergi.
Redmond is doubled. Deviney skips it. Schiffer chased off the three-point line and draws a whistle. It's going to be a foul on the floor.
They're going to call that on the floor, but heads-up play, veteran, experienced guard play to hear the whistle and still get a shot up. Hoping, trying.
Shot clock unplugged for the Bronx. Cause able to save it inbounds. Lynch along 2. Offensive rebound for Ryder. Under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Deviney missed it inside. Door is open for the Saints in the final seconds of the quarter. This is Gamble with 3. London Gamble to drive and kick. Yergi got it at the buzzer.
Talk about great execution. London Gamble, that crossover drew the help. Fantastic extra pass.
Some poise shown by Gamble in the final seconds of the first. Alden Yergi knocks down a clutch triple, and it's a 13-point lead for Siena. At Siena, he's been at it a long time, 13th among active coaches in total games coached, more than 1,048 in his career. This is 1049 for him today. And back at Siena after beginning his head coaching career there from 87 to 90. A long tenure for him at Dayton, 6 NCAA tournament appearances, 3 WNITs from 2003 to 2016. And, you know, when he accepted the job back at Siena, he said in the media that it just felt like home. It felt like right timing for everything. Gamble to drive and kick. Seppala missed it. Another opportunity for the Saints. Gamble got away with a walk. Or did she? It's a 3-second violation.
She did perhaps get away with the walk, but the turnover nonetheless, giving Ryder an opportunity.
Lynch. Langen sees 2. Redmond gets to the rim and couldn't finish, but tips her own rebound back toward Lynch.
John, over the course of the season, we've seen the pace that Ryder can play at, and here in the half court, unfortunately another turnover, but they're playing at a solid pace. moving the basketball, forcing the defenders to communicate. And I bring that up in the sense of that's being aggressive is going to turn into good things. It's when teams become passive, stand around, just pass the basketball, that coaches get concerned.
Yeah, basketball, very much a game that rewards the aggressor. Nisha Jackson on the drive, missed it, and Cause clears it for Ryder. Bronx hanging in on the glass, but offensively it's been a bit of a challenge for them, mostly because they've had trouble just getting the ball to Taylor Langen.
Well, Taylor Langen is going to be the top of every team's scouting report. And so it's one thing for that star player to adapt and change and keep their cool, but it's also something for the rest of the team to understand the defense and how they can work to get their star player touches.
Gamble missed it. Redmond working it with Langen. Lynch. Good ball movement here as Fireball is chased off the three-point line, but missed the pull-up. Gamble. Got it.
I really like London Gamble's athleticism, her ability to stop on a dime, and she goes straight up and straight down. Oftentimes with pace, you go straight up and you're forward, and the shot then becomes hard, long, hits the back rim.
Cause ends up giving it up. Siena's looking to run again. Gamble draws a crowd. Jackson steps in for two and missed it long, but there is Mevius on the glass.
Siena's so unselfish, turning down contested or average shots to get the good ones.
Bronx still without a point here in the second quarter. Langen at the end of the shot clock, no good. Another rebound for Mevius. She's already got double figures in that category. She just pulled down her 11th rebound in the game.
John, it goes to being aggressive. When you are aggressive, good things happen as a team and certainly as an individual.
Jackson was blocked by Langen. Mevius couldn't finish inside. It'll stay at this end of the floor. And some fresh bodies for the Bronx. Taylor Blunt, Kaylin DeVinny, and Aaliyah McIver off the bench. Sapala goes around DeVinny and gets the roll inside.
Really quick first step, just a little jab and go. Baseline.
Fireball, the tough catch inside, and free throws coming for the Bronx.
Really nice hard cut there by Michaela Fireball on the baseline side, and then the composure to use the shot fake to draw that foul to get Jackson in the air. And immediately you see Michaela Fireball pointing to Taylor Langen saying, nice pass.
A couple of free throws coming here for Michaela Fireball, senior from Winchester, Virginia. First one rims out. It was a great feature on some of Ryder Athletics' social media channels filtering out in the last couple of weeks about the impact her father has had on her career as Fireball misses both. And, you know, Dad's almost always sitting directly across from us here in the gym. It'll be strange to not see his face around going forward. Gamble has her own miss. Shot clock is at 8. Jackson. That is for 2, and got it. Wow, Anisha Jackson, her third field goal. She's got 8 here in the first half.
That was a tough shot, John. She came to a stop and almost looked like, should I, do I, how do I? And it went in.
Blunt chased off the three-point line, and a turnover caused. Here comes Mevius up the floor. Jackson, a quick trigger, and got it. Anisha Jackson knocks down her third three-pointer of the game, and it forces a Rider timeout.
Rider calls timeout, which becomes our official.
Siena is rolling in the second quarter, keeping the Bronx off the board about halfway through quarter number 2. The lead is 24.
Hold on. It's only noise.
Jen Anthony Edwards up to the height.
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
When you don't lock your car, you've left an open invitation. Turn your car off. Take the key or fob. Lock the door. Your stolen car may be used to commit other crimes. So lock it or lose it. Brought to you by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor.
At Fulton Bank, we're personally invested in every community we serve, like local decision-making and financial coaching that helped Fernando open his own shop. Fulton Bank, a community bank that's big and small in all the right ways.
What goes into a smile? It's how we say hello. It allows the outside world to see what we feel on the inside. Our smile can give us confidence or can be something we try to hide. At My Orthodontist, we provide a warm, peaceful environment to bring out the smile that's within you. Our team believes you deserve the best in orthodontic care, and we are dedicated to changing people's lives one smile at a time.
People ask us, why do you do this? Risk your life for strangers. Because they're not strangers. They're neighbors. You, me, us. And this is what neighbors do. When times are good, and when they're not. You stand up. You lend a hand. One person, one neighbor at a time. This time, the next time, and every time.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
All right, time for our trivia question tonight. Bronx senior Michaela Fireball enters play today with a career free throw percentage at 80%. Who was the last Rider women's basketball player to average that number or better from the free throw line in their career? We'll have the answer for you in the second half. Bronx trailing by 24 halfway through the second quarter. Lauren, where does Rider get their offense going forward?
Rider needs to decide how they can run offense without using the ball screen or navigate the trap a little bit better. It's really been Siena handling and changing up and trapping. We're seeing it yet again. And now we see Michaela Fireball show a little frustration, trying to get away from that trap. A little frustrated, used her forearm. I think that's the biggest concern. How does Rider get the ball moving side to side, either without a ball screen or navigating the trap a little bit better? Geez, Mevius is doing it all. She was ready to come out with the mop.
And we should note for Mevius, 2 steals in this game, gives her 119 this season. That is the most by a player in MAC history in a single season. 119 steals.
And she's a sophomore.
Why not?
And now she has a double-double.
10 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals for Mevius.
Is today the day? She's been flirting with that triple-double the last 4 or 5 games.
The aggressive double team by Siena. Bronx able to beat it this time with Kaylin DeVinny connected from Taylor Langen. And you see so much of Langen's value when she catches the ball in the middle of the floor.
Her strength in being able to complete that pass.
Sapala knocks down a triple. Boy, this is some kind of offensive performance from Siena in this first half. They're shooting 48%. Blunt missed it from beyond. Fireball chases it down. Blunt, the catch inside. Connects with Kaylin DeVinny, her second field goal. Gamble. Ooh, she got McIver with the offhand. And that's going to be an offensive foul.
And immediately Gamble says, my bad, my bad. She knows what she did. I don't know that it was malicious. It was just part of how she operates very aggressively. And any touch above the shoulders is going to be called or at least reviewed.
And the Bronx were just forced into a 5-second violation by the full court pressure from Siena. Nikola Zdenikova is on for Siena, number 1 in the black and yellow jerseys. This is Mevius creating. Zdenikova missed it from beyond, and then a foul on the rebound as McIver was trying to box out.
That's frustrating. As a player, you're told, make contact, box out, and then as soon as the other player, the offensive player, jumps in the air, you get called for the undercut.
Sapala missed it around the size of Brunches, and then there's a foul against Ryder.
And Brunches was called for that foul because Sapala drew it, meaning she was more aggressive. She went for the offensive rebound.
Mevius, oh, what patience, and Jackson lays it in.
You see patience, I see thinking ahead, being able to see the play develop.
Schiffer a quick 3, no good. And Mevius has her 13th rebound in the first half. Sapala halfway down and out.
This is a Siena team that averages about 7 made threes a game. They already have 6 here in the first half.
Blunt connects with Langen, who was fouled from behind.
Over the course of the season, John, we've talked about all that Taylor Langen brings to the Ryder Bronx, and there you see her leading the huddle, being very demonstrative with her hands. But she never gives up. She never quits. This is a young lady who, as Coach Milligan says, is being held together by tape underneath that long sleeve shirt more than we know. But she plays so hard.
You know, that was evident, Maren. I was here to watch the preseason exhibition against the College of New Jersey, and Taylor Langen wasn't suited up for that game, but you could just see with some of her actions on the bench just how passionate she is about the game.
You know, coaches don't have favorites, except they do. The kids that work hard, the kids that have the passion, just like we're saying. I have no idea if Lynn Milligan's favorite player on this year's team is Taylor Langen, but I know she's got to love what she does because she plays with that passion. She plays so hard. Look at that ball movement. The ball never touched the floor. All 5 Siena Saints getting involved in the offense.
Langen running the floor.
And that was a very good decision by Molly Lynch. Not forcing, allowing what I like to call that slow trail. It wasn't a fast break. It was kind of that slow trail, that walk up, that jog down the middle of the lane, waiting for the play to develop.
Mevius working it with Turi. Turi turns and was blocked by Brunches. Aaliyah McIver on the run for the Bronx. Feeds Jessica Schiffer, and she is fouled.
We see Jessica Schiffer being rewarded for running the floor, but it all started with another senior, with Sophie Brunches playing straight up on the defensive end and getting that block shot.
Couple of free throws for Jessica Schiffer, player who began her collegiate career at 2 years at the University of Buffalo. And since arriving at Rider has become one of the best three-point shooters in program history, 7th in career three-pointers made entering play tonight. Mevius. Turi with a size advantage and gets it done with the left hand against Langen.
Nice post move, showing the strength.
Under a minute to go in the first half. Schiffer attracts a crowd. Langen couldn't finish. Taylor Langen 1 of 9 from the field in the first half. Conyers banks it home. Boy, a late night bank shot for Siena Conyers.
Coach Jim Jabar will take that any way he can get it from her. The freshman playing with a lot of pop.
Well, you know, Siena's not real deep, but they are talented across the board. They force another turnover. Under 5 seconds to go in the half. This is Rodeyar. Zdenkova ran out of time. But what a first half for Siena offensively, Marin. 48 points on 20 of 41 from the field.
Shooting almost 50% up and down, and it all starts with Siena's defense.
Halftime here in Lawrenceville. Siena with a big lead as we arrive at the brink.
I think the collaboration between Rider University and my orthodontist is really great collaboration. We've been in the area for now 20 years, more than 20 years, and serving communities of Mercer County, the greater Mercer County area. We're really proud and honored to be one of the sponsors of Rider University. We are right around the corner, so we can offer really great treatments nowadays with aligner treatments, so you don't have to get braces again if you have some shifting of your teeth, to be able to get those treatments done. We currently have 9 locations. We extend all the way from Deptford Township in South Jersey, all the way up to Patterson and Bayonne area in North Jersey. What we have currently is all of our Rider University students and faculty are entitled to a $500 discount from our basic services. So if anybody who has any kind of issues and they want to just be checked out, we waive it's a $500 initial consultation and records, which we waive that fee. Our profession as a dentist, as an orthodontist, is based on relationships, and it's only through these relationships that we have been able to be successful and building a multi-location business, because it's we're mostly built on word of referral, and friends and family are our biggest sources of referral. So satisfied customers, satisfied clients, and happy patients, which has been a hallmark, is what continues to foster these relationships and improve, continue this process.
All Siena through the first 20 minutes of this one in Lawrenceville. They lead the Bronx 48-19. And, Martin, this time of year we are headed down. So let's take a look around the MAC right now. What a year for Fairfield at the top of the standings. Just earning a spot in the AP's top 25 poll.
Oh, my gosh. They have been so fun to watch, both against MAC opponents but also in the non-con. They've played and beat some Power 5 schools, and just really, really excited to see where Carly Thibault-Dudonis takes this team here in the postseason.
Yeah, Megan Anderson named to the USWBA's National Player of the Year watch list. Only one of 4 first-year players to make it onto that list. And look, I mean, you think about where Fairfield is as we take a look at some of the scores as we head toward the final weekend of play here in the MAC. Fairfield is also in the Garden State right now. They are at St. Peter's tonight, Quinnipiac at Iona, Manhattan at Marist this evening. And, still some seeding to still be decided here on the final weekend of play. Which games are you looking forward to, Marin?
I want to obviously always watch Fairfield, regardless of their opponent. Big fan of how they play, their road runners, their rim runners, and just, how impressive they are. Interesting that this is the early game due to the doubleheader here on senior night, and so these will all be tipping off following today's game.
And else, as you see, the MAC standings, a reminder, the top 5 teams will get a bye through the first round of play. Manhattan will secure that bye with a victory in their game this weekend. It's just a question of whether or not Mount St. Mary's or Quinnipiac, is there some change to be made there, and then Iona and Ryder.
And that's where this weekend is so impactful. Not for the Fairfields and the Niagaras of the crowd, or even Siena, and not necessarily for St. Peter's or Marist, but it's that middle. It's jockeying for position and looking at, playing a team for the third time. That's a big deal. It's difficult to beat a team 3 times in one season, and so there's still a lot to be played here from that, 4 to 6.
We're looking forward to how it all plays out. Of course, down in Atlantic City, the MAC tournament begins on March 12th at Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall. We'll take a timeout. When we return, we'll have first half highlights from Lawrenceville. Siena looking for their 4th straight win in league play and to sweep the season series against the Ryder Bronx. They've got a big lead here at halftime. And Marin, a big reason why Elisa Mevius hunting a triple-double in this game.
Jackson starts it off from behind the 3. Mevius follows suit. Impressive how she can score from the outside. Obviously gets 3 the old-fashioned way here in transition. But look at that killer crossover, which brings the help defender from Redmond in the corner and leaves Jurgen all alone.
Bronx in the first half, 2 made threes in 8 tries, 1 by Lynch and 1 by Jessica Schiffer. They each have 5 points to lead the Bronx. Taking a look at some first half statistics presented by Capital Health, Minds Advancing Medicine. And, you know, it is the turnovers that really swung the momentum of this game late in the first quarter for Rider.
Siena was trapping that ball screen. Rider turned it over 11 times, resulting in 13 points off of turnovers for Siena. So taking care of the basketball, valuing the basketball, because when Rider was able to get multiple ball reversals, the basketball saw multiple sets of hands. They got some really good shots, finishing at the rim, a couple of threes like you mentioned. These first 5 minutes setting the tone for Rider, very important.
Siena looking to go to 14-6 in league play. It's the 50th season of competition for Siena women's basketball, 42nd year as a Division I program. The 35th year for them in the MAC. Langen, Lynch, Fireball, Brunches, and Schiffer. This starting 5 for the Bronx on this senior day. And they are the unit to start the second half.
Langen orchestrating here the offense.
Shot clock is at 10. Langen, tough shot. Lynch has the air ball and then couldn't finish it. And then a foul is called on Langen on the rebound.
Sienna Connors really forced Langen into a tough turnaround, a little outside of her sweet spot.
Anisha Jackson lost it.
Look at the pressure that...
Fireball inside, and then lost it. Oh, but you're right, Martin. That really jumps off the page. Boy, look at Anisha Jackson getting into the lane, but it's the ball pressure defensively by Siena's guards that Rider has had a hard time solving tonight. Lynch for 3, no good.
Where that ball pressure comes in, we've seen it in the first half, the trapping of the ball screens. Here, the first couple of possessions of the second half, it's where is Rider starting their offense? 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line, that's really challenging. Or outside of the scoring area, high-low passes, post-entry feeds, much more challenging at 25 feet.
Alden Yergi checks in. A promising first-year player for Siena. BVS on the drive and scores it with the left hand.
So smooth, so smooth.
She's got 14 points on 7 shots.
So efficient, I'll say. No longer is she smooth, she's now efficient.
Schiffer in some trouble. And it's turnover number 12 for Rider.
You can see the pressure put on by Siena is really forcing Rider to pass a half a second before they're ready, meaning the receiver is outside of the scoring area or feet facing the wrong direction. Rider has changed up their defense into a 3-2, just wanting to change the offense, forcing Siena to go somewhere else.
Shot clock is at 5. Mevius for 3, no good. And that shot, did it graze the rim? Yes or no? It's called a shot clock violation.
Possession to the Bronx.
Nobody on the Siena bench or floor seems to be complaining. Must have been a true air ball.
Lynch doubled. Schiffer for 3. No good. Brunches keeps it alive, and Schiffer creates another opportunity for Rider.
Really nice scout defense there by Siena with the trap, forcing Fireball to her left.
And another takeaway for the Saints. They've got numbers. Layup inside by Conyers.
Unselfish play there by Sapala. Oh, the cheerleader gets involved. And the ref said, here, give me the basketball. Let's start this over.
Schiffer dribbled it off her foot.
Into the game for Siena, number 3, London Campbell. Into the game for Bronx, number 0, Siena Redmond.
So now Redmond off the bench for the Bronx. Replacing Lynch. Siena's been able to handle the full court pressure when Ryder applies it, and Yergi knocks down a corner 3. Double digits for Alden Yergi in this one. She's got 10. The career high is 14.
And she's coming off the bench all season. We've mentioned that Siena doesn't have a particularly long bench or deep bench. But Jim Jaybar is so pleased with just how she's progressing through her freshman year.
Langen inside, finally scores it. Her second field goal. Jackson all the way down the lane and scores it. Some kind of speed showcased by Anisha Jackson. And Redmond's going to get hit with an offensive foul.
I really do like the idea. Siena Redmond got herself into the paint, but being able to control how you stop 2 feet to deliver that pass so the momentum does not carry you into that offensive foul.
Comes Taylor Blunt for the Bronx off the bench. Mariona Cause checking in as well. It's a 9-2 run for Siena to start the second half. Jackson, heavy off the back of the rim. Langen some trouble securing it. It's last touched by Siena. Langen attracts a crowd. An interception by Sapala. Gamble along 2. It rolls out. Blunt is fouled in the backcourt.
Siena foul number 0, Anisha Jackson. That's her third personal, team's first on the court.
Boys, Siena playing some of the best ball of their season as we roll into the month of March. They've got the big lead over Ryder halfway through the third quarter. Today's broadcast is presented by Capital Health, Minds Advancing Medicine. Fulton Bank, smarter banking starts here. And by My Orthodontist, changing people's lives one smile at a time. A lot of smiles going on the Siena sideline today. Boy, look at these numbers for Mevius, and we should add 2 steals. 119 on the season, most by a MAC player.
Impactful on both ends, really makes things go. A sign of a really great player is certainly being able to score on all 3 levels, meaning behind the three-point line, mid-range, and at the rim, but also being able to create for others. Mevius makes her teammates better.
17th turnover for Ryder in this one. And, you know, we were talking to Jim Jaber, head coach for Siena. He was saying she's just been a monster, Mevius, the way that she's been playing here down the stretch of the season. And I think that should give the folks up in Albany some confidence about how the week could go down in Atlantic City.
He's very pleased with how she's embraced the offense and her role. Her turnovers have cut down from her freshman year, which is typical for freshman to sophomore year.
Esther Turry couldn't finish with the left. And Lynch has the rebound for the Bronx. Running with Redmond, Cause, Langen, and Blunt. There goes Lynch, blocked at the rim by Turry. Gamble, Turry wants it inside, and Gamble couldn't finish.
Oh, she wants that one back. Wide open layup.
And that's going to be a double dribble called on Siena Redmond.
Here in the MAC, we're obviously very accustomed to Eliza Mevius. Certainly she's making a name for her on the national stage with those steals, but also part of the conversation for the German national team, and how can she be involved on a national level with the Olympics and other international competition.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to catching some of the international play. You know, Siena's got a couple of players, Sapala the same way for the Finnish national team, that both of them are going to be involved with their senior national teams going forward, especially given their play as sophomores at Siena.
You know, we hear, obviously, as U.S. citizens and being here, we hear a lot about USA basketball, as we should, but there's so many talented international players who we only see half of their career or half of the year, and they go back and play on whether it's World University Games, national teams for their age levels, obviously this being a European year, Olympic year, those opportunities.
And, you know, often players that get opportunities with their national teams, those experiences, as Brunches connects with Langen. It's the third field goal for Taylor Langen in this one, but, you know, it's often those experiences often lead to big leaps in a player's game year over year.
Absolutely. There's one thing to stay on campus, be in the weight room, work on your skill set. There's a value in that. There's also a value in playing more basketball at a higher level internationally. And you know, there's more and more coaches who are willing and wanting and encouraging their international players to have those experiences and take advantage of that, even if it's not on their campus.
Gamble with the left hand, offensive rebound, Turry, and she's going to get called for the foul.
Jim Jaber is so complimentary of London Gamble, who's taking a seat for, I'm sure, just a few minutes. She's going to be right back in, but loves her athleticism, how she can score in bunches, is a two-level scorer, meaning got a great pull-up. We've seen that. We've seen her finish at the rim. Developing her three-point shot will be part of the summer routine as she grows, you know, into her junior year.
And Jim Jaber also noting her ability as a rebounder, saying she's one of the best rebounders in the program, as Redmond misses on the baseline from 15 feet, and then a foul on the rebound.
That was a nice possession of ball movement for Ryder.
That's her first personal, team's third of the quarter. With the win for Siena, number 0, Aisha Jackson. Replacing number 12, Alden Yerby.
Langen one-on-one with Mevius. Brunches tries a three. That may have been tipped. That's what Ryder's bench is contending, but it'll be Siena ball. Siena's had no problem working through the full court pressure tonight, but they give it up there. Just the 8th turnover this evening for Siena. Lynch inside, short arm the layup. Brunches tries another three, that's no good. Langen to the floor after the miss. Redmond had a piece of it. Mevius breaks out of the pack with it. Numbers for the Saints. Zdenkova, no good. And then Redmond knocks it out of play.
In the game with box number 1, Aaliyah McIver. And number 11, Mariona
Aaliyah McIver and Mariona Cause check in for the Bronx here in the final minute of the third quarter. Ryder limited to just 4 points in this third. Esther Turi was blocked, but a foul on Brunches.
Ryder fouled the 14, Sophie Brunches. That's her second personal, team's fourth.
Well, there's a lot to like with Esther Turi's game, isn't it, Martin?
Well, you see the aggressive take, reading Brunches' feet and going opposite, so she didn't have the ability to slide with. That really a foul was all she could do.
Turi, a terrific offensive rebounder this year. Misses both on the trip to the free throw line, and then there's a violation against the Bronx.
And so Esther Turi will get another chance. You know, of the freshman class for Siena, she's been the most consistent, most maybe impactful over the course of the year. Certainly Alden Yergy has stepped up as of late and playing well again today. You know, it's that dynamic between players and coaches. Players want to be rewarded and want to be told they're doing well, and coaches are always like, yes, but I see more in you. I see you have more to offer. You have more skills to be polished. And that's where many freshmen are, and I don't think Turi is any different. Ryder has been playing with good pace in the half court. Nice ball movement.
Brunches, no good. Esther Rodeyar, first-year guard, is on the floor as well, as Mevius drowns out the final seconds of this third quarter.
It's a little high ball screen.
Mevius blocked by Mariona Cause.
John, I know you like Cause's athleticism, her length. Certainly a good leaper.
I think she has an opportunity to provide a lot of mismatches. Anisha Jackson, no good. Turi had it poked away by Lynch in the final moments of the third quarter. Siena locking it down defensively, holding Ryder to 9 of 41 from the field through 3 quarters tonight in Lawrenceville.
When you don't lock your car, you've left an open invitation. Turn your car off, take the key or fob, lock the door. Your stolen car may be used to commit other crimes, so lock it or lose it. Brought to you by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor.
At Fulton Bank, we're personally invested in every community we serve, like local decision-making and financial coaching that helped Fernando open his own shop. Fulton Bank, a community bank that's big and small in all the right ways.
Siena is a place like no other. I can't even fathom the impact Siena has made in my life.
I love everybody here, my professors, my friends. It's like family.
We're really fortunate to have this.
It is so incredibly special to be a Siena Saint.
That saying, it's a great day to be a Saint, I felt that every day here.
We were given all the skills and resources to take on the world.
Hold on. It's only noise.
Can Anthony Edwards live up to the hype?
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
What goes into a smile? It's how we say hello. It allows the outside world to see what we feel on the inside. Our smile can give us or can be something we try to hide. At My Orthodontist, we provide a warm, peaceful environment to bring out the smile that's within you. Our team believes you deserve the best in orthodontic care, and we're dedicated to changing people's lives one smile at a time.
All right, time to reveal the answer to our trivia question of today's game. Rebecca Hauer was the last Rider women's basketball player to average better than 80% from the free throw line. Fireball honored prior to the game today, a 1,000-point scorer, 8th in program history, and scoring 5th in three-pointers made. Entered play this weekend. 4th in the league in scoring at better than 14 a game, but Marin held scoreless tonight.
It's been a tough go because of the defensive pressure, the trapping of the ball screens, the chaos that Siena's defense causes on the offensive end.
Anisha Jackson missed that three, and Gamble tips the rebound to herself. Three ball no good from Conyers, and Schiffer clears it for the Bronx. I think in this game, Marin, you're looking at probably 3 players that are likely all MAC selections, as Lynch hits a deep three for the Bronx.
2 for 4 from 3 for Molly Lynch. And that's what head coach Lynn Milligan is talking about. She stays ready. She's going to keep shooting. She knows her role. The non-con, she just not shooting a great percentage from 3. She really wasn't. And yet she turned it around, stayed in the gym, and had a much better conference season in terms of field goal percentage.
Mevius missed it. Siena's led by as many as 36. Langen the catch inside. Schiffer the good look. And can't get the roll.
But certainly, to your point, John, multiple all-MAC selections here on the court tonight.
Sapala, Mevius, Langen.
Absolutely.
Shot clock is at 5. Gamble kicks out. Sapala No good. And an offensive rebound by Gamble, but she missed it. And then Cause wins the battle for the rebound.
You might look at Gamble and think, a little wiry. Maybe she's a tennis player, something else. No, she's a tough kid. For a guard, one of the better rebounders in the MAC.
Conyers misses a confident look. Offensive rebound by Mevius. And we should note, Mevius just pulled down her 15th rebound in this game. It's a new career high.
Mevius, so aggressive, active. I mean, we can't say it enough, John. When you're aggressive, when you're moving, when you create things, good things happen.
Good skip pass from Langen. Lynch missed it. She's got her own offensive rebounds, but couldn't break away from Jackson and Mevius. 3-on-2 for Siena. Sapala lays it in. Mevius has her 7th assist, and Jim Jaber takes timeout to trigger a timeout on the floor. Under 7 minutes to go in this one. It is all Saints marching in tonight. Well, Siena on their way to a 14th league win this year, likely locked into that 3 seed, depending on how it shakes out for Niagara this weekend. 1 win for the Purple Eagles, and they will clinch that 2nd seed in the MAC tournament, which is 5 days away, and a steal from Mevius. A solo act for 2. Wow, what a night for Mevius. She just got her 3rd steal. She's got 16. Let's go with 15 rebounds and 7 assists.
Siena's primarily a person-to-person defensive team. About 12% of the season they've spent in zone. And so certainly we're seeing full court here, dropping back into zone for Siena in preparation for the tournament. You don't know what's going to happen, what you're going to need. Even when you are strictly a person-to-person or strictly a zone team, being able to change the rhythm of a basketball game starts with either full court pressure or changing up your defenses. So certainly Jim Jaybar is getting his team ready for the MAC tournament. This is their last regular season game where the rest of the conference plays again on Saturday.
Miss there from Alden Yergi. Cause around Yergi, no good. And Mevius comes away with the rebound, adding to her career high. Cause poked it away, and she's got the steal, and she's fouled by Mevius.
Nice activity by Mariana Cause. We're seeing her take the aggressive take. But I like the approach that Elisa Mevius had there, going down on the basketball, trying to get that block and potentially off the offensive player. And that's a banked-in foul shot for Mariana Cause. Those are actually a lot harder to do than you think. I'm not saying that she was trying to bank it in, but it's a lot harder than you think from straight away.
Cause has been one of Ryder's better free throw shooters this year. Nice connection inside. Sapala is fouled.
That's a really nice catch by Sapala, demonstrating her strength. Look at the one-handed wraparound pass there by Yergi.
We should note the 16 rebounds by Mevius in this game matches Sapala for the most by Siena Saint this year. She had a 16 rebound game against Mount St. Mary's last time out. Sapala is the fourth Siena Saint in double figures with 11. Schiffer, the catch and shoot. That's good. Second three-pointer for Jessica Schiffer in this one. She's got 8. Jackson quickly other way. Lynch chased off the three-point line and missed it. Cause has the offensive rebound and had it knocked away by Mevius.
Baseline out of bounds opportunity for Ryder.
Langen facing up on Sapala, and her pass intercepted by Anisha Jackson. McIver comes up with the takeaway for the Bronx. Under 5 minutes to go in this one as Mevius knocks it out of play, and there's a timeout on the floor. Siena on their way to win number 14 in MAC play, and they're 17th overall this year. Nyjah Jackson also with a big contribution for Siena tonight. 15 points and 5 steals. Marin, senior, really stepping into her own as she winds down this campaign.
And she started off by hitting a 3 right out of the gates for Siena tonight. We've seen her be part of the ball screen traps, creating some of the havoc. You know, Siena is down 2 starters from the beginning of the year. And having a senior be able to step up and lead this younger squad.
Schiffer for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound, and Langen sends it off of Mevius.
That's why coaches love her, right? The scoreboard does not dictate you should be falling out of bounds and diving after a loose ball.
No.
Yet, that's how Taylor Langen has always played.
Five seniors on the floor for the Bronx. Schiffer's got a good look, and she's got 3. Third three-pointer for Jessica Schiffer in this one. She's got 11. Jackson, got it. It's another assist for Mevius, her 8th. Hunting for a triple-double.
Again, we're seeing this full court zone. It's been very effective as Riders just now getting into the scoring area, and there's 13 on the clock.
Schiffer, no good from the corner. Rebounded by Sapala. Mevius. Turry inside, scores it. That is the 9th assist for Mevius. Under 3 minutes to go. Schiffer is fouled inside for the Bronx.
A little give and go action for Ryder.
For the final time, several seniors will check out of the game for the Bronx. Michaela Firebaugh, Taylor Langen, Sophie Brunches, and Molly Lynch. Long embraces with Ryder head coach Lynn Milligan as they arrive on the sideline.
Every athlete has a story. They come in with a story from high school. They spend 4 or 5, some of these kids 6 years, with their college programs, and these coaches, head coaches, assistant coaches, trainers, director of operations, the staff members, the managers are so impactful and part of their college story.
And now Jessica Schiffer will check out. She and Lynn Milligan have developed a very close relationship in their years here together. Final home game for Jessica Schiffer here in Lawrenceville. She'll go to the sideline with 12 points, 3 more made threes. That's 172 made threes in her career at Ryder.
It's a lot of buckets, and you only get that many when you spend a lot of time in the gym and practicing when no one else is around.
Mevius. Sapala. It's a triple-double. Mevius, her 10th assist to go with a career-high 16 rebounds and 16 points as Sapala cashes it in with her second three-pointer. And now Mevius will check out.
Not a senior, but a triple-double. Gets a special substitution and moment with your coach as well.
Well, Siena has hit 70 points Once again, Marin continuing this run for them offensively here the last 10 games now. That is 10 consecutive games, in fact, with 70 points for Siena. Matching the longest stretch in program history, the 94-95 team also had 70-plus in 10 straight games. Yergi blocked by Sam Richardson. First-year forward off the bench for the Bronx. Hails from Linden, New Jersey. Blunt attracts two. McIver. Deviney banks it home. Well, for Kaylin Deviney, it's the 14th game for her with a made three.
You can see as she has the outside shooting range, the inside footwork as she continues to develop over the course of the summer.
Zedenkova knocks down a triple for Siena. Deviney, that's a two, and she gets that one to go. Turi is fouled by Richardson. Boy, just an incredible all-around performance from Siena in this one. And the Saints, without a game on Saturday, they are headed to the MAC tournament next up after this. They get a week to so we get the players off their feet. And, you know, Marin, a layoff like that at this time of year, do you think that serves Siena well?
I do not think it's a bad thing. There's a lot of miles, even though some of these players playing heavy minutes are younger. There's a lot of miles. An extra day off, back in the gym, doing your usual prep.
That was Taylor Blunt missing, and Siena can drown out the final seconds of this one. 77-40 is the final tonight in Lawrenceville as Siena's Elisa Mevius records a triple-double and sets the single-season record for steals in a season. She picks up 4 steals in this game, the triple-double, 16, 16, and 10. And Siena with the win, hanging in that number 3 spot in the MAC tournament. Of course, there are a couple of games left to play. And here is a look at what the MAC tournament would look like given today's results. Siena will await the winner of the 6-11 game, which right now will be Mount St. Mary's and Marist. I'll tell you what, that quarterfinal game between Canisius and Manhattan ought to be a lot of fun if that's how it ends up in the 4-5 game. Those are 2 very evenly matched teams. And, of course, Fairfield's secured the regular season title a couple weeks back. Our own Marin Walseth is now with Siena head coach Jim Jaber. Well, be ready in just one moment as Jim Jaber has arrived with Marin Walseth.
You had a rough time getting here, and I know you were concerned about the start. 23 first quarter points.
Yeah, it's human nature, so hard to figure out. You see all these signs like it's going to be a disaster, and then they surprise you, so we'll take it.
Mevius finally had her triple-double. It's been a process in the making. 16, 16, and 10. How does she command your team?
The kid's so good, and I don't even think she's tapped all her potential. I mean, she's so good, and she's been close to a triple-double a bunch of times, but I was really happy for her.
I know you talk a lot about your defense, and you feel like you've really grown over the course of the year. Your defense held their opponent to the fewest points today. Talk about how that was so important.
Well, I would love to take credit for it, but it's all Terry Prim. You should ask him. No, I mean, we have concepts and core values, and we hold him accountable, and we don't let him get away with anything. So, I mean, it didn't matter what the score was. We're trying to get ready to go to Atlantic City, and we have to play defense if we want to win.
And that's next. Congratulations today, and get ready for the weekend.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Well, from here, the Rider Broncs headed to Fairfield on Saturday. That is a 2 o'clock start to wrap up the regular season, and we will see everyone down in Atlantic City for the MAC tournament beginning on March 12th. So, for my broadcast partner, Maren Walseth, our producer, Anthony Corby, and our entire Bronc Vision crew, as John Moses saying, good evening from Lawrenceville, where Siena wins it 77-40 over Rider. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.